All right, here we are, Nissan Ariya versus Tesla Model Y long range. So this is the E-Force all-wheel drive, has 389 horsepower with an AC synchronous motor, an 87 kilowatt hour battery. The Tesla has approximately a 77 kilowatt hour battery. So these are very close. This has 303 miles of range. The Model Y with the 20-inch wheels has approximately 318 miles of range. This is also the Evolve Plus trim, meaning power panoramic moonroof, power liftgate, LED fog lights, 8-way front passenger seat, universal garage door opener, wireless device charging, power storage center, we'll show you that in a little bit, intelligent rear view mirror called the IRVM. Very interesting piece of technology I'll show you shortly. And then we got the Evolve Plus badging on the rear here. So I'm going to walk you through the differences of both of these cars. We're going to drive both of them and just kind of show you what the difference is. I'm going to be honest, I've been driving the Nissan for a week now. I thought this was going to be junk just with the way they advertised it and spammed that in everyone's face, but you got to get the word out there somehow. And what did that girl say? She's it's electric with a kick. Ah! So let's start with the exterior. Well, I guess it's technically interior, but you look at the front of the Ariya here, and it looks like it has a gas-powered engine. So more of a traditional look up here, no storage. In the front of the Tesla, massive storage compartment up here, which can be useful. I only use this on road trips, to be honest with you. The reason I don't use it too much is because it's not an automatic button. So to close it, I don't know. It's just not something I use a lot, to be totally honest with you. So there's no storage up here. Now, one thing that Tesla does that lacks is their colors are not great and they're kind of expensive to upgrade. This Nissan looks incredible. This is a flat gray from right here, but then when you go up real close, you can actually see a little bit of a flake in the paint. So really nice job with the coloring. It's also a two-tone. You can see my Tesla, I have it wrapped right here like this. So we have, this is totally wrapped. Normally that's white. But the Ariya comes like this with the black roof with, again, it's black with a little bit of a flake in it, and it matches. The mirror claps actually don't have a flake in it. These do. These are just piano black. So it looks really clean up over the top of the car. And then the wheel arches, as opposed to them being just like that cheap plastic look, kind of like this, which I guess doesn't look bad over here. They are, again, piano black. The one issue I could see with this is scratching happening over time. But you know, that'll be up to you if you wreck your car or not. We also have the panels on the side here. I've never seen a car that is so flat on the side of it. It almost actually goes this way, whereas most cars go this way. So kind of interesting. It's very steep here, but again, not something that like says it's a bad looking car, nothing like that. I'm just showing some of the differences. I do also like this huge deck lid spoiler coming off the back. Kind of reminds me of my Focus ST. The Kia EV6 GT was similar to that as well. Around the back here, you have the clear lighting here. Nissan put in this. It's behind the plastic, so that's a cool look. So these are the 19-inch wheels with hubcaps, and it's a clean look. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't look sporty or anything like that, but I do think it looks better than the Tesla hubcaps. Overall, the exterior packaging of the Ariya, it's pretty well done. Now onto the interior of the Ariya. This is where things start to get fun. So you have this design here. This is all a light. So when you're at night, this all lights up. It actually has a really cool design. The seats are very comfortable. They have some bolstering on the sides here. They are not cooled, they are heated. So you have an Alcantara or suede center here, which is comfortable. I think that's better than leather, so you're not sweating the seats up like a pig. And then this is very nice and comfortable. They're just well-made seats. Now you also have this button right here. This is interesting. Moves the entire center console. And I thought to myself, well, what could that possibly be used for? And the answer is, let's say you're an Uber driver, right? You pick someone up and they go, ooh, is this an EV? And you go, yeah. And then they go, ooh, you must have money. And then they start to try and play footsie with you. So what you do is you push this up the whole way and you block the perpetrator. So I think that was very nice of Nissan to do that. Now we also have, it has a steering wheel, so that's good. We have this down here. Usually this is like for, you know, performance cars will have this up top so you can kind of show what angle you're going to have going into certain turns. It has a flat bottom, perforated leather here, normal leather up here. Looks nice. Piano black trim around here. Display here, you're able to change the look of it. So if you button, and that says change meter view. So we're going to do that, and here is the other display that you can have here. You can see we're running a little low on battery. And then we also have this right here, which shows your power. So one interesting thing is we have E-step. So when you hit E-step, that just adds more regenerative braking. I thought E-step was going to make it single pedal driving, but that's not the case. It just adds more regenerative braking. I wish it had single pedal driving. It doesn't. As an EV owner, that's something that is highly, highly convenient that I really appreciate. You also notice we have this button right here, close open. Well, what's it open? This. I don't know why this is necessary. I don't know what you would use it for. I already don't use my glove box. So you have a glove box here as well. And then you have this tray as well. So I don't know. It's cool. It works really well. It goes right back in. Wireless charging right here. So that's convenient. And you have this for your drinks. If you don't want to use this, you can cover it up with this nice, again, like wood grain garage cover here. On this panel, when you click, you get this feedback, like almost like the whole panel moves, but it clearly doesn't. Up here, it's the same sound, but it's not the same feeling. It's interesting. And what I've found with these buttons, this is very clean, by the way. You just need the tap. And this, down here, on this, you need to actually put force into it. You also have different drive modes, so we'll take a look at that. So you have Sport, Standard, Snow, and Eco. So those all different drive modes, but your range does not adjust. At least doesn't show you any adjustment based on which drive mode you're in. There's a lot of other EVs that do that. The Tesla does not, but I do like when it adjusts it. So I'm in my comfortable seating position up front. Now let's go to the back seat to check out that, and then we'll do the same in the Tesla. Oh yeah, I had this folded down, so there's, if you wanted to see what it's like folded down, folds basically flat, so that's pretty nice. And then we'll just pop it right back up. Boom. Comfortable seating back here, flat floor, which is nice. Heated seats in the front and the rear, USB-A, USB-C, nice vents. Again, this wood is really clean, really well done. The backs of the seats here are very durable, so nice durable material with a pocket, and then more like almost carpeting down here, so that's nice. So you can see I'm 6 feet tall. I have so much room back here, and for you golfers out there, we were able to put 2 sets of clubs in the back and put them sideways too. So that's, again, another rare feature. There's a lot of space in this thing. That it has this huge moonroof cover, so this is all automatic. You press that, and then it comes back, and then you're able to also lift the sunroof open, so that's good too. You also notice that you have your garage door openers right here, and then this mirror is a camera out the back showing you what's going on back there. Let's take a look at this more closely. Here is a look at this camera. Now, I thought these were the garage door openers initially, but no, these are actually buttons for the screen. So if you hit menu here, it comes up with a bunch of other options. So let's see what this is. You hit OK over here, rotation, and you can actually rotate it if it's maybe needs to be recalibrated or whatever. Then you hit menu to go back, and then you have these arrows. License? What's license? Oh, there's a license for this piece of software. Okay. Yeah, it's just interesting. It's just interesting. Now, if you don't want to use this, you simply just pull it down. It turns into a mirror again. So it is a cool piece of technology. It's very unique. And then you pull this, and it turns right back on. Now, one complaint, I've had a couple other people sit in the car and tell me what they think. When they look at this screen in certain lights, it shows a bad reflection out the back. So what you need to do is actually angle it up so it doesn't have that reflection, because you're looking at a monitor now, which is showing out the back. Sometimes it actually shows like people's faces very clearly behind you, which is kind of weird. It is something to get used to, but it is a unique feature, and I like that you can flip it to a normal mirror or the two-way mirror. Now, charging speed for the Ariya is kind of a letdown. Only 130 kilowatts, and the Tesla can go up to 250 kilowatts. I've actually seen mine get 253 several times. So in terms of charging, the Nissan Ariya is significantly worse. It also doesn't have as much storage as the Model Y. So it has a big trunk. It has no frunk space. The Tesla has that. Now the Tesla also has a big trunk, but it has a rear subcompartment as well, which is highly useful. I use this a lot just to store things that you keep in your car, whether that's like roadside stuff, but it's really easy to access right under here. and then you can store all kinds of stuff underneath there while leaving nothing up top. So that's a really nice feature as well. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have seen the interior of a Tesla at this point. That's nothing new. So just a quick refresher. This is your only screen in here. It's just buttons are all on the screen. There are no physical buttons minus these over here. And there's lots of over-the-air updates that keep making the system better over time. That's where other manufacturers are lacking. You can actually see right here, I have a software update which will probably add some features to the car or fix any bugs. But overall, the software in this thing has been bulletproof. It's been incredible, and I've really liked that it evolves over time and keeps up with the current ones that are coming out. A big problem with buying a car is next year there's a new one, next year there's a new one. And this software in the infotainment system is the same as the software that's being brought out in the new Teslas, the new Tesla Model Ys and 3s right now. Also, if you're looking for the floor mats for your Model Y or your Model 3, these are the best, 3dmatsusa.com, code Gjeebs. These are their premier line, so these are the upgraded ones. These are very expensive, but they're really nice. I have a separate discount code for these, Gjeebs3D40, and then Gjeebs3D10 for the rubber ones, which I have in the back. The reason they're the best is because of this right here. See how well they stick? It's like perfect. They have this Max Spider technology, so it acts like Velcro, but doesn't fray like Velcro does. If you ever put Velcro on something, it pulls up, it frays the carpeting in your car, which you don't want. So these stick, they're really well bowled, they're waterproof, and you're able to take them, skiing and stuff. It's just gonna protect the carpet of your car, and they clean up perfectly. I highly recommend them. They are linked in the description. All right, so now that we've kind of covered the exterior of both, we're gonna take them for a ride. So I've driven the Model Y a lot. So why don't we take the Ariya first, because this is the new one on the block, and we're gonna see kind of how this drives compared to the Model Y. Driving the Ariya, one thing I'll say that basically every other manufacturer has over my Model Y is the quietness of the cabin. I think a lot of that has to do with the frameless Lucid dealership. A lot of inventory. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that the windows are frameless, so a lot of noise gets through there. Mine's also single pane, the new ones are double paned. The new Model Ys that are coming out right now are a lot quieter. It's all the way back so you can see kind of what that does. Hopefully one of these cameras can catch it. This space is really nice up here. A lot of space, gives you USB charging, both A and B right here, and then a cigarette lighter. And overall, it's a comfortable car. It's very spacious. The blind spots are good. The visibility out of here, I think, is slightly better than the Model Y. You don't there's kind of a blind spot right here with the Model Y, but when you put your turn signal on now, the cameras show you what's in your blind spot. This does not have that feature. The Model Y also has security system, so it has Sentry mode on it, so it's a built-in camera that shows in HD what's going on around the car and records it. That's very useful for theft or accidents. I had a friend that got in an accident in his Model 3, and he was able to show the driver getting out and switching with a passenger who didn't have a license, which changed how the whole thing was processed with insurance and everything. So having proof like that and having that built into your car, not having wires and nonsense go all through the car in the aftermarket, really clean look. The ride quality of this is great. The cabin's quiet, it's spacious, very well done cabin. There's space for the front seat and the back seat and the trunk. And then it's an EV, so it's very calming to drive. We're gonna put it into E-step mode. E-step, you see the car just a lot more regenerative braking engaged right now. So I wish it had single pedal driving, not the biggest deal in the world. Now, one complaint that I have with this thing is when you're at slow speeds, like 5 miles per hour and under, when you're in a parking garage, parking lot, or in traffic, it's jerky. It's like you hit the brake, and the travel on the brake pedal there's a lot there. Pre-production, see disclaimer below, and it basically says the fit and finish of this car may not represent what it's like in a car that's going to be sold at a dealership. For example, this right here, kind of not put together. That's probably because it's a prototype. So I just want to throw that out there because maybe you'll have a different experience. The brake pedal on this is awful. The feel of it, there's so much push before there's any friction. I don't like that. We're in sport right now. It has 386 horsepower. Also has a noise that the car makes. I don't know if you can hear that. So the other night I was with my friends. We were driving around in this thing, and I thought there was a street bike that was near us, and then I realized I just had it in sport mode, which adds a sound effect. I'm not a fan of this sound effect at all. It's droney. It's not good. I just wish you could turn it off. You may be able to. I could not find it in the settings of how to turn that sound off, but it's not a good sound. It doesn't enhance the driving experience. Other things, yeah, the Apple CarPlay is great. The native infotainment, this is also a touch screen here. You can see kind of what that looks like. See here, it says one spot open at a charge point. I'm currently heading to an EV Go station. This is actually the first time this has happened to me where so this is a press car. I got a free charging card. I've never had that before. So that we have an EV Go charging card here, so I can take this and I guess get free charging. Normally I pay for everything. I always take care of my press cars. I usually wash them and vacuum them out before I give them back. A lot of people, I don't know, I'm extremely appreciative. These manufacturers let me have these cars, and I remember the days when I always wanted it and couldn't get them. And a lot of people abuse this. A lot of car journalists don't even own cars. They just use the press cars, and that's like, I don't know how you could be a car journalist and not, hey, I play golf, I don't have club. Hey, I'm a golf journalist, I've never played before. Like, what the hell is that? So I'm always appreciative, and it's nice that, yeah, we get a little EV Go card here. So we're gonna go to EV Go, see what type of charging speeds we can get. I have 15% battery, 39 miles of range right now. So we're pretty low in the pack. We're gonna see if we can get that max charging speed. And I've also never charged at an EV Go fast charger, so we're gonna experience that as well. Also has a heads-up display, which is fine. I'm not a huge fan of heads-up displays. I think they're distracting. You can turn it on or off, so that's good too. So, but overall, it's a very comfortable EV. Probably not great for road trips because it has a low charging speed. It may be able to hold that speed for a long time, but it's probably not ideal for road trips. I would say this is more of an around town electric vehicle. So we're gonna get on it here on this exit ramp. It is quick, 386 horsepower. It's quick. Like it actually is fun to drive quickly. That's one of the other things I've talked about in the past is a lot of manufacturers miss it with the with how quick the cars are. They're like, 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds. Gas car can do that. I want something that's unique. Let me go fast in it. Let it do something that a gas car can't. And this is like much faster than a Nissan Murano or something like that. So I really like the power that this has. Plus the all-wheel drive system makes it put it down a little bit better, and it's useful. You can hear that. I don't know if you can hear that sound, but it's funny. We arrived at the charger, 10% or 26 miles left. We're at an EV Go. The chargers are full. There's only 4 stalls here. Interested to see how this goes. So charge port right here. Open that up, press these buttons just like that. And let's see how the interface works. A available, B available. Pricing. Let's see what we can do here. This thing weighs 485 pounds. Authenticate session A. Payment authorized. Huh, look at this here. Look at this EV Go fun fact. 100% renewable energy. Taking a little bit here to connect. Okay, we are connected. Let's see if it shows us what type of rates we're getting. Yep, 10% shaded charge, and we're getting 55 kilowatts. So we're starting to climb up, so that's good. Again, 130 is the max. Nice. That's solid. Okay, so we're getting 123. Let's see what the inside of the car looks like. Charge it up to 80% to see how long that takes. So it's 11:26 when we started over there. Yeah, I just wish it showed some type. Windshield wipers work. I wish it showed me something with the charging speeds that I'm getting, and maybe maybe I'm not looking at the right settings here, but I just wish it had something for charging. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, it shows where I'm at, but not like how fast is the car charging, stuff that you're actually interested in. It says we're charging, we're at 15% or 41 miles, so it shows that. It just doesn't show the speed. I kind of like how Tesla does that a little bit more better. There's actually information you can look at as you're sitting here rotting away. We're in a Walmart parking lot here, and then there's also an Olive Garden. And when you're near an Olive Garden, you've got family nearby, and that's nice too. All right, so currently at 26% state of charge, and you can see we're up to 128 kilowatts. So again, running really strong here as far as the charging curve goes, and as far as the max that the car can take. So that's at least good. I will say I'm impressed by this. Like, it's been great. The only downside is this weighs a lot. It's actually hard to maneuver in there. But other than that, it's working fine, so no real complaints. Currently getting 90 kilowatts, 91 kilowatts at 63% state of charge. So still holding, like, overall a fairly high rate. This, you know, at 63%. So. Okay, and then we did it. 80% took 33 minutes. So 10% to 80%, 33 minutes, and we're still going at 70 kilowatts. I mean, in other cars I've driven, the Genesis, that took 16 minutes. Tesla's about the same as that. So that's fairly slow, but again, not awful. And the other thing, I don't want to, like, you know, to overhype this. If you're just driving this around town, you're not going to use these chargers anyways. I'm just doing this for, in terms of road trips, it is going to take you significantly longer just because of the low max charging speed. So we're going to hang this thing back up, this Huber Schnur. Come on out of there. There you go. It's really cumbersome, this compared to the Tesla network. And with all these companies moving toward the Tesla supercharging system and, you know, standardizing on NACS, it's going to be interesting to see how that all rolls out over the years. You know, are there going to be adapters for for literally anything but a Tesla, so they can use the Tesla charging network? Is that going to devalue your car? A lot of questions out there, but kind of exciting to watch. Overall, the Ariya surpassed my expectations and was a pleasure to drive. It's very comfortable. It's quick and spacious, but for road trips, the Tesla is still king because of the higher charging speeds and the charging network. And it also has a little bit more storage because it has the sub compartment in the trunk and a frunk. The Tesla also qualifies for the $7,500 federal incentive, although that's been changing throughout the years. So depending on when you're watching this video, that may not be the case. With all that said, this is a great start for Nissan in terms of an EV that you can live with every day that isn't a Leaf. And if you want to watch a video on this Mustang Mach-E that I'm driving, click this video right here. I think you'll enjoy it.